Okay, this geezer, right, goes to the hairdressers. You know, hairdressers, barbers, they talk to you when they're cutting your hair.
Right.
The barber says, "You going anywhere for your holidays?" He says, "Yeah, I'm going to Italy." He says, "Don't bother. It's me and the wife went last year." He says, "What do you want to go to Italy for anyway?" He says, "I like Italian food." He says, "It's all fish and chip shops." He says, "Well, I'm going for the sunshine." He says, "It pissed down every day last time we were there." He says, "Well, look, I've got a penchant for Romanesque architecture." He says, "You can't see it." He says, "Everywhere you look, it's surrounded by corrugated iron. They're renovating the place or something. Romanesque architecture is out of the question." He says, "Look, the real reason why me and the wife want to go to Italy is we want to see the Pope once before we die." He says, "You'll be lucky." He says, "You stood there in St. Peter's Square with 65 million of the faithful. You're lucky if you see the top of his hat." He says, "Look, I've got the tickets now. I've got to go. I can't get out of it." So he comes back from Italy, goes back to the barbers about a month later. The barber says, "Aren't you the bloke that went to Italy?" He says, "Yeah." He says, "How did it go down?" He said, "I had a great time." He says, "The food was fantastic. Sunshine, wonderful. The Romanesque architecture has to be seen to be believed." He says, "What about the Pope?" He says, "Well, I'll tell you about that. I was stood in St. Peter's Square with 65 million other Catholics. I could just make out the top of his hat when he points his bejewelled staff my way. The crowd parted to a man. He came down the stairs and he walked right up to me. And do you know what he said to me?" He says, "What?" He says, "Who cut your hair?"
The new order. John has been working with us. Thanks for coming on. See you back in England next time we go over. Temptation. It's been nice having you on After Dark. I hope you got that last line. See ya.